The buzz cut. One of the greatest journeys a man can go on, and a journey that every man should go on at least once. However, if that's a journey that you're currently already on, there's a good chance that you're currently getting laughed at. Perhaps your friends have started calling you names. The girls that you're interested in are no longer interested. Or perhaps if you already had a girlfriend, you're probably getting broken up with. And for all of these reasons, having a buzz cut is an extremely difficult journey to go on, especially when it comes to actually growing it out. And as someone who's had 4 buzz cuts on 4 separate occasions, it doesn't get any easier. So today I thought I would give you a guide on how to grow out your buzz cut, still get all the personal growth, and avoid that forsaken phrase, the awkward phase. Now, before we actually get into it, there's something we need to address, which is, well, what actually is the awkward phase? Now, according to Google, it is a moment where your hair is too long to be classified as a buzz cut and not long enough to yet be your desired style. In my personal view, it's the moment where you wake up, look in the mirror and think, shit, what is it that I've done? And one of the number 1 solutions to this problem, as recommended to people online, is number 1, embrace the challenge, and number 2, styling solutions, such as utilizing hats. But what if it doesn't have to be this way? The sooner you realize this one, the better. You see, the reality is, the awkward phase, and it's really kind of mean to say, so I don't really normally like saying it, is kind of a victim mentality. The real reason you don't like how your hair currently looks is because it's probably unstyled, uncut, and is most likely bed hair. Like, if you didn't get a haircut for 2 months and then left the house looking exactly like how you look when you wake up in the morning, you probably wouldn't like that either. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It is highly unlikely that you're going to look like Brad Pitt every single step of the way. That would just be simply unreasonable. But you also wouldn't rob a bank on an impulse and then expect to get away with it. Great things take planning. Great things take time. Now, as part of this plan, you're going to need 2 things. Firstly, regular haircuts. To begin, you want a haircut once a week for a month. This is then followed by a haircut once every 2 weeks for 2 months. And then you'll go back to having a haircut once a month. This will help keep you looking presentable, and hopefully maybe you'll even be able to find a length you like along the way. And secondly, you need an end goal. Now, this can honestly be whatever you like. Maybe it's a hairstyle that you've had before, maybe it's something entirely new. Now, when choosing your plan, you have 2 realistic medium length options. To begin, you have a fringe, which can be grown into curtains or a flow. Or secondly, a modern mullet, which can be grown into, well, a mullet. For a fringe, which is the route that I took, your first haircut should be an induction cut, followed by a crew cut. This can then be grown into a French crop, and then a warrior cut, followed by a fringe. Now, for this, I definitely recommend maintaining mid-fades until you have enough length on the top to get scissor cut sides, which normally comes around the French crop length. For a modern mullet, there are a couple of ways of getting there. To start with, you can start with a buzz mullet, followed by a Mohican, which can then be grown out to a modern mullet, again maintaining a mid-fade on the side, followed by a mullet. You can also transition from a modern mullet into a fringe if you so choose. And again, to begin with, I'd probably still recommend starting with an induction cut because, yeah, it just looks a little bit nicer in my opinion. Now, the exciting part of growing back your hair is that the number of different hairstyle and different haircut opportunities that you could have are quite literally limitless. And these are opportunities that you would have never had before, so take them, try them. Find a celebrity that looks a little bit like you, try all the different hairstyles that he had, and who knows, maybe you'll even find a hairstyle that you actually like and actually could use moving forward. And, you know, my personal favourite, and the hairstyle that I'll be going back to in January, is the warrior cut. And I may potentially never have discovered that if I'd not tried it. Anyways, let's go back inside. I literally can't feel my hands. Christ. Finally, the chances are, if you're watching this, the situation that you find yourself in is pretty dire. But remember, a man who has nothing is free to build anything. So although it may seem that everything that you have spent the last months, days, years building has been wiped out from under your feet in an instant due to some crazy impulse to shave your head, what you have to realize is that rock bottom is not the end. It's the start of the beginning of whatever new chapter in life you choose to take. And that can be anything. So wear that buzz cut or bad hair day with pride, because the reality is not only within 3 months are you going to be back to how you were previously, if you so choose, but also you have to realize a buzz cut isn't just a haircut. It's the start of a new possibility. And one that most people will miss out on simply because of fear.